Anya had always been quiet. In fact, no one at the prestigious Artemis Academy remembered her at all. That was because every semester they had to erase their memories of the previous one. It was a necessary evil for the students to keep up their grades. But for Anya, it was a relief. She didn't have to remember the constant bullying, the loneliness, the aching emptiness where her heart should be. But this semester, something was different. One day, while walking through the hallway, she felt a sharp pain and looked down to see blood dripping from a cut on her leg. At first it was just a scratch, but then more wounds started to appear, bleeding and whispering secrets only she could hear. Every drop of blood revealed a stolen kiss, a shared smile, a moment with a boy she didn't know she loved. Memories flooded back in a rush, overwhelming her senses. She remembered the day they met. He had saved her from a group of bullies, his eyes blazing with anger. She remembered their first date. They had snuck out of the academy to watch the sunset, and he had held her hand, his touch sending shivers down her spine. She remembered the day he had confessed his love for her, his words echoing in her ears. But how could she not remember? Because every semester she had to erase her memories. Who was this boy? Why did she love him so much if she couldn't even remember his face? The only clue she had was his name. It was Asher. She was sure of that. And he was in class 12, just like her. So when she saw him across the room, she rushed over, ignoring the blood that stained her clothes, the whispers that followed her. "Asher," she breathed, reaching out a hand to touch his shoulder. "Do you know me?" she asked, her voice hoarse. He turned around, his eyes widening in surprise. "Anya," he whispered, his gaze dropping to her bleeding wounds. "What happened to you?" he asked, his voice filled with concern. "I don't know," she whispered back, tears streaming down her face. "But every time I look at you, I remember a little more." As the bell rang, signaling the end of class, Asher took her hand, his touch sending a jolt of electricity through her. "We were in love," he said, his eyes blazing with determination. "And they took it from us." Anya's heart skipped a beat. What did he mean? Who was they? And why did they want her to forget Asher? With a trembling hand, she reached up to wipe away his tears. "Don't cry," she whispered. "I'll find out what happened to us. I promise." But as she turned to leave, she felt another sharp pain. A new wound had appeared on her arm, and with it, a new memory. This time it wasn't of her and Asher. It was of a hooded figure standing over her sleeping form, a sinister smile on their face. In their hand was a silver vial filled with a crimson liquid. The memories came flooding back. The hooded figure had slipped a vial of blood magic into her drink. Just a little bit at first, just enough to make her forget. And now, the wounds on her body were a map, guiding her to the truth. The question was, could she trust Asher? After all, he was the only other person who had those memories too. But if he was the one who gave them to her, then why would he hurt her? The bell rang again, signaling the start of the next class. Asher was gone. The room was empty except for her and the blood on her hands. Taking a deep breath, she wiped it away. No matter the cost, she would find out what happened to her and Asher. She would get her memories back, even if it meant facing the darkest secrets of the academy.